A very hearty good afternoon to all the esteemed guests, none other than my senior colleagues, faculty members at DME Management School, students, and all the participants in this session. I, Shanu Jain, Assistant Professor, DME Management School, take this opportunity to welcome you all to this multidimensional leadership conclave, which is in the form of an intriguing panel discussion titled Think-Centric Higher Education versus Job After BBA. As we gather together for this session today, I get reminded of these few lines, which I'm very sure you all must have read and reflected upon in your school days. That goes like, two roads diverge in a yellow wood, and sorry, I could not travel both. Two roads diverge in a yellow wood, and I took the one less traveled by, and that has made all the difference. So I'm sure you all must have read these wonderful lines by Robert Frost. And we often find ourselves at this crossroads, even after your class 10th, in your class 12th, and even after your graduation, you will find this crossroads ahead, that what after BBA? So in an attempt to detangle this vicious cycle, we have this platform for an open house discussion to learn from the experiences of our faculty members who are the maestros, the stalwarts in their respective fields. So I would take this opportunity to welcome Dr. Seema Ma'am, Associate Professor at DME Management School, representing the HR domain. Welcome you to the session, ma'am. Also, we have amongst us Dr. Shalini Gautam Ma'am, Associate Professor, DME Management School, representing the marketing domain. We have CA Mansi Sabharwal Ma'am, representing the finance domain. Mr. Bhupendra Singh Sir, representing the IT domain, and Ms. Roli Wadhwa Ma'am, representing the economics domain. Also, we would be shortly joined by Professor Dr. Purva Ranjan Ma'am, Head DME Management School, who guided us in shaping this entire idea and made it possible for all of us to be here today. So, ma'am and sir, before we begin with the session, is there anything you would like to say to address to our students? And then we'll begin with the session. Seema ma'am.
I think you can start this, as it is a lot to say.
Sure. So, students, please make maximum out of this session. We will be opening the session for your questions. First, we have curated some questions which are common to everybody. What we also had it as a students, and what we also get to hear from you as your faculty members. And other than that, if you have any general questions, we'll be taking them up at the end of the session. So to begin with, ma'am, job versus higher studies, how to make this choice, we would want to learn from your lived experiences. So this is a very common saying which goes that never stop learning, which is a saying that many hear, but rarely people follow. So after having started your careers, maybe as academicians or in MNCs or corporates, with which you started your careers, when did you feel the need to advance your skills to move up the ladder, and which must have triggered your decision to become a student again, maybe for your doctoral studies or postdoctoral work, for example? So I would like Dr. Shalini ma'am to reflect her opinions first.
Thank you so much, Shanu ma'am. First and foremost, being the first speaker, I would take the privilege to welcome all the students. I'm sure that all of you who are present today in the session are, pretty much serious about their careers. So good to see you all. And I welcome all my fellow panelists also. Good to see everybody on the same frame. Right. So as far as the your question goes, Shanu ma'am, regarding my learning curve and all, being in the profession from where I came from the banking background. The students who are taking the classes from me, I keep on sharing my anecdotes with them. So in banking, the kind of work I was doing, I was working as a relationship manager there. It's an ongoing learning process, right? Because I was day in and day out, I was meeting with the clients. So I need to remain well versed with what is happening in the markets, in the financial markets per se. Also the kind of products with which in which I was dealing, be it mutual funds or insurance. I needed to renew my certifications every year. So I was a certified financial planning manager. So I was a certified AMFI, Association of Mutual Funds of India, and associated certified ADA professional as well, Insurance Regulatory Development Authority. So being in the kind of profession I was in, the learning never actually stopped. When I switched to academia, when I planned to switch to academia way back in 2011, to be very, very honest with you, when I switched to academia from the corporate world, at that point in time, I was not even, very well aware that I had to do my PhD. Again, to be honest with you, had I known this, कि PhD के पापड़ बेलने पड़ेंगे, हो सकता है कि मैं academia में आती ना. But yes, when I took the plunge and came in academia, shifted to academia in 2011, I realized that without doing PhD, you cannot actually grow further, right? So enrolled myself in 2012, right? Did my PhD in 2017. So I did my PhD when I was 40 plus, right? So at that point in time, I completed my PhD. So actually, if you talk about it, the learning never stopped for me, right? So that and even if you're planning to do corporate, even if you're not planning to enter into the academia world, I think the kind of dynamism which we are witnessing in the corporate world today, to be at the same place also, you need to run and run really fast, because you don't know that the ground beneath your feet are actually running faster than you, right? So to be on the same place also, you need to run. So you need to learn, you need to keep on learning. The moment you think that, okay, now that you have arrived and now that you have learned everything, that will be the last day of your corporate career, I can assure you, right? So never stop learning. So thank you, Shanu ma'am, for the question.
Thank you, ma'am. So students, I think you should, draw and make notes of these things which your faculty members are sharing with you, because these are the things which you will be facing, 5-10 years down the lane. You will again be at these loggerheads. So the same thing, Bhupendra sir, I would like to know your opinion that how this transition from being a student to then a teacher and then again a student has happened.
Thank you, Shanu ma'am. Ma'am, I don't know that how many of you have shown my, have seen my status, WhatsApp status, right? उस पे ज़्यादा कुछ नहीं है. But the tagline that I have once there is what? Keep learning, keep improvising. भाई शायद आप लोगों ने देखा होगा, बच्चों ने भी शायद देखा होगा, WhatsApp देखते रहते हैं. So the single line that I follow since many years, right, is keep improvising, keep learning. There is no end point of it. Me myself, ma'am, I did my graduation in electronic honors from Delhi University in 2000. Then I did my MCA. My father was very willing that I should become a computer engineer, though I was not interested at that point of time. So my subject was to do something in electronics, right? I enrolled myself in masters in electronics in Hindu College, North Campus. And anyway, I did my MCA, MTech in IT I did. And in the last 4 or 5 years, I even did my MBA in International Business and Marketing. Though the most of the things that I have did is in IT. But because since after teaching the students of BTech and MTech for around 8 or 9 years, I then shifted to management schools, right? So I was taking MBA classes in James Kalkaji as well. That was my first teaching assignment there in 2004 and 5. Then I realized that doing things are okay, but doing things with quality, right? Because being as a technical person, I was having a very few or limited knowledge about the managerial and all these things, right? Concepts. I did my MBA as well. And now the things have changed. Though it may not be much helpful for me in my career because I won't be changing my domain. But yes, it has helped me a lot while I am teaching the students of management schools, right? And there is no end point to it, right? See, in the recent times, I have done 7 certification courses, few from NPTEL, few from edX, few from Coursera, and currently I have done two courses. One is on Python and again for data sciences. I have completed with them 85 or 90% of percentage. So maybe or may not be, it would be helpful to me. But yes, when it comes to the delivery to the students, definitely it will help them as well. So things have changed now. Now, see, the basic thing is what that you have been done through a management school or some law school. See, but management, IT, these sort of things are very interesting, right? You can see the application of data sciences in IT as well, in management as well, in HR, in marketing, in finance. So the things are quite changed. So it is almost a very nice experience. And when you know something different from others, it gives you a different place in the organization as well.
Naturally, sir, naturally. So students, this discussion is towards the direction that you cannot be decisive at one stage that your education has stopped and now you are into working. So continuing the discussion, Seema ma'am, I would like you to reflect upon this thought that how has education moved in?
So I think I never knew that this discussion will go this way, that I'll get to know my colleagues more and more. So very, feeling very proud to be a part of this discussion today. For me, ma'am, yes, you've made me run through the memory lane, and I like the logo of i10 phone, iPhones. Like, hello, am I audible? OnePlus phone. They
Yes,
say
yes, ma'am,
never settle. So that's what even I believe in, and somehow it was something destined to be here, I guess, in the teaching fraternity. Otherwise, also hail from a banking background, and truly agree with whatever Shalini ma'am said. And it was all never settle. I truly believe in that, in the sense that it's not that what do we do after BBA, which is the topic today. It's all that if you have to sustain. When we read about strategic management, when we read about sustainability of companies, it's more to do with our own sustainability. Either it's like we'll perish very soon if I think that I've reached some level and now I don't need to do anything. So the moment in this dynamic world, in the liberalized world where people as well as the organizations are aspirational, right? So it's always something new to add on to. That kind of a thing we have to look forward to. We have to have that openness to learn and unlearn whatever previously we have done. Then only we'll be able to reach somewhere. Then only we'll be able to sustain for a longer time.
naturally.
Very slowly it will be towards the extension, right? So keep on doing things. Yes, I did my PhD after I was married, after I had a baby. That was the need of the hour, because somewhere I wanted the work-life balance, which I was looking forward to. So I took up this, I did it from the Central University, Aligarh Muslim University. Was it easy? No. Was it with a baby in hand and doing the thesis work? It was the biggest challenge, which I could have dropped in every now and then. And there was nobody to push me for this. It was just my own goal orientation, which I say that, even my husband said, ki, tum panga le rahi ho. Why do you need to do something which is very difficult? But I was very goal oriented, that I wanted to do it and reach somewhere and, do have a work-life balance for myself. So it is individualistic. It depends on each one of us, what all we want to do and where we want to reach. It's not that everybody should do, MBA, or everybody should go in for the jobs. It isn't, something called as, flock of sheep. They don't think. We don't need to be that. We have to stand out in whatever we do. It might be very ordinary, but we have to make it extraordinary by putting in our variations, our uniqueness. So it's all about my own goals and where I want to be. That's what I can say. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. That's inspirational indeed. So we need to break the momentum and come out of this herd mentality, which unfortunately we tend to fall the trap for. Roly, ma'am, we would like to hear from your recent experiences, that how to have this ladder of learning.
Thank you so much, Anu ma'am. It is really an interesting session, and trust me, it's really nice to know your colleagues. I mean, we've never had such a discussion, and it's really nice to reflect back on our qualifications and how have we reached here. So students, as you know, you must have heard, survival of the fittest, yeah, the Darwin's theory. So that actually, in today's time, that holds true. So in order to survive, you need to keep learning. So there is no end to learning. So if we talk about, job or higher education, and you say that, we'll opt for higher education, and once we are done, it's all over. So trust me, the reality is it will not be over, right? Sadly, obviously you would want to, sit back and chill, and all of you think that way, that, our faculties now, they are settled, they are sorted, they are in a job, everything is perfect, right? But to be really honest, students, learning has not even stopped for us, right? And it should not even stop also, because if it stops, then we shall stop growing, right? So right now, I don't know if all of you know that I'm also a student. I'm a doctoral, I'm doing my PhD. So apart from being an assistant professor, I am a PhD student. So I'm a student like you, right? The way you have your teachers, I also have a supervisor, right? I have to listen to her, and I have to get my work approved, I have to run after her. So it's the similar kind of a story, right? And if we talk about whether it is academics, right, as Shalini ma'am pointed out, that when she joined, she did not know that PhD karni padti hai after becoming a professor. Same was my case, I did not know that. So that came as a surprise. You always, students ko lagta hai ki teachers are on the other side. They are some people, who just love to study and learn. We are also like you know we also we also like to chill, we also like to enjoy, right? So but if we talk about any field these days, I was working with the KPMG earlier. I was working with the due diligence department. I worked there for 2 years, right? So I realized in the corporate also, continuously there is a need to revamp your skill. You have to, every now and then you have to learn some new skills in order to be a part of that race, in order to survive, basically, right? So there is no option to learning. So don't think that you have an option. That's not an option, because if you want to survive, whether it's the corporate world, whether it's academics, even if you become a hairstylist, right, you would have to understand what are the trends which are going on in the market, right? What is new? You have to learn, you have to see what is going on. So you have to keep yourself updated, right? Whether you are in the corporate, whether you are in academics or any other field. So learning is actually, in order to survive in today's time, learning, it's not an option. You have to learn. You have to learn and you have to unlearn, right? I think that's it, Shanu ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you. That was insightful. Mansi ma'am, if you are able to, in a position to unmute, and if you could add on to what's been. So that's okay, ma'am. So since Mansi ma'am is traveling, and fortunately we're thankful to her for joining us for this session and accepting our request.
Am I audible now, ma'am?
Ma'am, there's a lot of background noise coming at your end, ma'am. Probably, ma'am, we will be with you soon again.
Okay. This is the best I can do, because there is a lot of wind going on here.
Okay, sure, ma'am. You please may take your time. Yes, ma'am.
Sure.
Okay, ma'am. Okay, sure. So we'll be soon getting a chance to speak with and hear to Mansi ma'am's thoughts soon. To continue with this discussion, I would direct my next question to Seema ma'am. Ma'am, since you've been a part of the corporates and you work very actively working in the field of HR when it comes to placements, so what job prospects are available to the BBA graduates in the field of HR, ma'am? And what are the salary packages offered on an average? And how are they likely to change and accentuate after obtaining higher education in the same field? That's my question to you, ma'am.
Am I audible?
Yes, ma'am, you're audible.
So to specifically, talk about BBA profiles, when we start with immediately like a fresher, see the salary package depends on, as I tell my students, what you carry with yourself. It's not only about BBA, it's all about what you have learned over the time. So to talk about that, yes, it can range somewhere between 3.5 lakhs per annum CTC to 6 lakhs also approximately. But it's all about what you're carrying with yourself. If you talk about BBA in case of, terms of a person called as human resource manager or an advisor, in talk about as compared to other undergraduate courses. And herein we make the students industry ready. But yes, of course, we are ready to do that bit. How much our students ready, that all depends on how much efforts they are also taking into consideration. That is why it's a wide range, ranging from, as I said, 3.5 lakhs to almost 6 lakhs. Right. So it's all about whether they are placed as a data analyst or a region manager or an event manager. You can talk about operations manager, airport manager, anything and everywhere an HR manager is required. That's previously when I took about the session for BBA students in Oasis. I also told them about, the latest updates from Bureau of Labor Statistics in US, which is a growth projection for BBA students as HR managers to rise by 7% and 8% for training and development managers. So seeing the strategists, seeing the, strategic human resource managers nowadays, taking that, becoming the capital assets for the companies, the range is wide, but it all depends on how much do we carry with ourselves. That's the main thing. That's, and definitely if you are adding on to a bit of work experience or an MBA degree, not necessarily a full-time MBA from the B schools if you talk about, but yes, I keep telling the students, encouraging them, don't get this satisfied that they're not doing from the B school. It's not about that. It's all about, you start with, even if you have to start with a BBA, then do a part-time or a distance learning MBA. Definitely with work experience having an edge, they're going to reach there faster. And certain corporates do give an opportunity for this executive MBAs from IIMs, various IIMs. So definitely they have the edge. But as I said, it all depends from me. It starts with me. How am I going to take it further? It's not about that BBA per se, because nowadays we have BBA in various facilities. Hotel management se lekar, talk about any bank manager wherein we have a branch manager in the banks. It can be anything and everything. But yes, having a proper goal and strategizing, having a roadmap to it, that's in my opinion very, very important.
Naturally. Thank you, ma'am. So situations, we can sum up in a way that situations are more or less same for everybody, but the challenge, the win is that how you face that and how you come out of it probably is the key that distinguishes you from others.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am. My next question would be to Dr. Shalini Gautam, ma'am. Ma'am, many a times, often and of lately in the sessions which we had, we saw this general perception in the minds of our students that jobs in marketing and sales are more in comparison to the other fields for BBA graduates. So I would request you to elaborate upon that. How is it a pro, how is it a con for the graduate students? Like, what are the opportunities and challenges for this particular scenario?
Right. You're right, Shanu ma'am. There is no doubt that the jobs are more in marketing and sales. No doubt in that. In fact, Last year also, when there was internship and all, I was just looking at the messages in the various groups, and the students were asking that when are the companies from HR and finance going to come to take us for the internship. There is no doubt that the jobs in marketing and sales are more, right? Most of the jobs are based on targets, right? You need to be very, very clear that nobody from day one is going to give you to run some marketing campaigns, right? ऐसा नहीं है कि पहले दिन किसी एडवर्टाइजिंग एजेंसी में जाके रणवीर सिंह से तुम्हारी अपॉइंटमेंट लग जाएगी, ऐसा कुछ नहीं होने वाला है, right? Be very, very clear on that, right? Marketing jobs, so to say, look very, very glamorous, right? Very, very glamorous, right? कि बहुत ही in thing है, your career growth is very high, no doubt, all these things are true. But first and foremost, you need to ask yourself, do you have it in you, right? Do you have it in you? The burnouts in marketing is the highest, right? They are the highest, right? I'm not making you afraid. I'm not saying ki jobs mat karo, right? But I'm telling you the facts, because every month you need to run for the targets. Every month there is no stopping that, right? Having said that, after BBA, the jobs, if you look at it, you will get the jobs of marketing executive and sales executive and all. They are the entry level jobs. Not more than 20-25,000 per month you are going to get, right? So, but the thing is that BBA, the natural progression is going to be MBA, right? I have seen the marketing jobs. You can keep on working as a marketing executive, sales executive, probably after 1 or 2 years or 3 years, depending upon your seniority and all, they will make you the territory manager and all also. But the thing is that the the road towards that success, right, that will be a long and curved one if you don't have your PG degree, right? If you don't have MBA or any MS from the foreign university or whatever, right? The road is going to be long and curved. Also, it is not that everybody is going to be, the territory manager or a sales manager. You will become frustrated, right? The person will become frustrated if he keeps on doing a sales executive job for 1 year, 2 years. There will be a huge burnout, right? So I always suggest my students, whomsoever is, is in touch with me and they are asking me questions in the class also, that fine, you take the experience if you want to, but mind you, when I'm taking the experience, because like I said, most of the companies are coming to hire for the marketing interns and all, please be mindful that when you are sitting for a seat in an interview for a company, and if you've been selected, then you are on that seat because somebody else has been rejected, right? So if you are just sitting in the interview or doing a job just for the fun sake, ki theek hai 2 mahine karke dekhte hain, please don't do that. Please don't do that. This is my sincere request. Don't do that, because one, you are taking away the seat of the other deserving student, and secondly, you are spoiling our relationship also with the company, right? Ki 2 mahine mein aapke bacche ne chhod diya. Don't do that, right? If you are serious enough to do a job in marketing for 1 or 2 years, fine, do that. Even then, keep in mind that after 2 years also, because many of the institutes, specifically in foreign universities or IIMs, they do ask for experience before they take you for the MBA. They always prefer the experienced students. Do it if you want to do the MBA, but don't think कि BBA करने के बाद job लग गया और हमारी education पूरी हो गई. You have to do PG sooner or later. Otherwise, you will be at the bottom of the pyramid, and you will not be, getting raises and getting satisfied with your job. So do keep in mind कि PG करना ही है, आज नहीं तो कल, right? That is my sincere advice to all of you.
Yeah. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.
So this highlights the pertinence that students, that you need to have a strong grasp of your PG and obtain that specialization if you want to travel up the ladder. Thank you for those insights, ma'am. Now my next question would be to Bhupendra sir. Sir, as like you in your introductory address to the students also said that information and communication technology and data has become an inseparable part of our lives, especially post-COVID, we meeting in this virtual setup. So for BBA graduates, what career options they have in IT field? Like, can this be only in the form of some add-on courses and certifications, like you said, data analytics, programming, website, software development, or there may be some or are there any some mainstream options which are there in terms of higher education in IT field which our students can pursue?
Actually, ma'am, this is a very interesting question. Now, let me answer it in a very interesting way too. See, seeking a job after having a graduation in any field, right, and is not a big task. In India, in a structure like India, right, you may get a job in a different in a discipline also, or in a different domain where you haven't worked even, right? But the thing is that as Charlie ma'am has told, that you may not be having a satisfactory that thing, or you may not achieve that thing that you need or you deserve, right? So in IT, the scene is different. See, a BBA student, right? We have hardly 2-3 papers of IT in the entire curriculum. First, in first semester, that the basic of information technology, and I believe that all of the students may be having a good understanding, because most of them have IT in their 11th and 12th now, right? And the second subject that comes to the meaning is that e-commerce, right, where they are knowing about the websites and how to develop a website, or how the cyber security is all about, and how does it works. So some sort of information is being given to the students in that curriculum. Then it comes to the fourth semester, they are having a subject of information system and management, right, where theory is okay, whatever theory says, but practical portion is the most important part of the entire syllabus as far as IT perspective is concerned, because that is totally based on lab. And SQL, thorough SQL, starting from the basic commands of SQL to the data analytics, they do have entire that syllabus based on that thing. Now, let me start from the SQL. When students learn SQL in their fourth semester, right, they do have a command on SQL. Now, the first job is that a very simple job for the students for BBA, even without having any certification courses, is what they can go as a MIS executive, right? All of the companies, either it is IT company or it is any of the firm, any of the company, there is 100% job, multiple jobs of MIS executives. हर कंपनी के अंदर आप MIS एग्जीक्यूटिव की जॉब आपको मिलेगी, चाहे वो IT की कंपनी है, चाहे वो नॉन IT कंपनी है, whatever it is, right? The thing is, because MIS के सॉफ्टवेयर होते हैं, every company do have softwares of MIS where interface is very limited, and some specific reports, an ad hoc report, or some of the periodic reports has to be generated by the system. So some sort of intelligence is required and some practice is there. So they can start with a MIS executive job even without having any sort of additional courses to the BBA. Now comes to data analytics. Data analytics is what? It is more explored part of MIS, where the domain was not restricted. That job is being now joined with some programming sort of thing. Say agar aap Python ki baat kare, so Python is one programming, R is one programming, right? So when the database is being combined with these analytical tools, it becomes data science. So basically we can say an expert MIS executive is a data scientist. But to approach to that particular job, BBA degree will not only work. The student need to have some additional degrees with them, then only they can apply for it. Let me give you a few examples. Students can have additional courses from some institutions as well. they can do some courses from Moodle platform, and that is MOOC courses, right? Massive open online courses. Examples are edX is a platform, Coursera is a platform, जो MHRD का अपना प्लेटफॉर्म है स्वयं पोर्टल, या NPTEL की हम बात करें, NPTEL की बात करें, so ये सारे प्लेटफॉर्म्स हैं. And ma'am, the best thing is, I think this is the time where students can have access to these courses totally free of cost. edX, I am sure, I am 100% sure, edX and NPTEL, right? These two platforms are totally free of cost as far as the access to the content is concerned. No student need to pay a single penny for accessing the videos, the transcripts, the notes. Coursera is not free, right? But NPTEL और ये courses हैं जहाँ से ये बच्चे courses कर सकते हैं. Data sciences के courses हैं, और भी courses हैं, e-business के courses हैं. If a student is willing to go into some e-business firm, right? The e-merchants हैं, Amazon है, Flipkart है, Myntra है, और सारे हैं. So they can do a certification courses in e-business. Me myself, earlier to this institute DME, so I was working with Jaipuria. So I enrolled myself in e-business, and I was the rank one holder in the entire India, right? So second was some executive from IBM. So I was the first placeholder in that course. So e-business का course मैंने किया है. So that is what some value has to be added to the profile before going to this IT jobs. And one thing, and not the last, that IT profile jobs, they are much more paid than other jobs. Though they are not in quantity, but the quality of job and the other aspects, because you need to improve yourself, right? Little betterment will take you to some other level in terms of your knowledge, in terms of your position, in terms of money, whatever it is. So you will be finding yourself at a better place after every 2-3 years. So that is the one thing students need to focus and need to make a plan that yes, if they are interested for IT, so along with the BBA, they need to have 2 or 3 certification courses. Then it will definitely help. And ma'am, let me give one more example. एग्जाम्पल तो काफी सारे हैं. अभी तो AICTE ने भी अपना वो पूरा निकाला था अभी लास्ट ईयर कि अभी रेस्ट्रिक्शन नहीं है कि साइंस जो स्टूडेंट्स हैं वही बीटेक कर सकते हैं. आपने भी शायद पढ़ा होगा. नाउ द डोमेन इज ओपन. हाँ, इवन अ नॉन साइंस ग्रेजुएट, मतलब जो है स्कूल स्टूडेंट जिसका स्ट्रीम साइंस था ही नहीं, वो भी जो है वो IIT से जो है वो बीटेक कर सकता है. तो यू कैन सी और सी, if I am learning IT, so definitely I would be serving some business. IT is being built for businesses. IT किसी को घर में मतलब खाना कैसे बनाना उसके लिए नहीं है, है ना. वो किसी डिपार्टमेंट में जा रहा है, चाहे वो सिक्योरिटी में है, चाहे वो जो फूड प्रोसेसिंग में है, चाहे वो नेटवर्किंग में है. एवरीथिंग इज व्हाट टू सपोर्ट बिजनेसेस. एंड बिजनेसेस जो है दे ऑफर प्रोडक्ट एंड सर्विसेज टू यू. तो घुमा फिरा के IT मार्केटिंग सब कुछ एक साथ ही आ जाता है. तो बट द थिंग इज कि हाँ, डोमेन स्पेसिफिक की बात करेंगे आप, देन यू मस्ट हैव फ्यू सर्टिफिकेशन कोर्सेज, नॉट टू मेनी, 2-3 सर्टिफिकेशन कोर्सेज ओनली टू जस्ट गो थ्रू.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. So quality over quantity is what sir has summed up in well. Sir, one of our students would like to request you to repeat the application names again, if you could.
Ma'am, applications or that MOOC courses, I would say.
If I got this query from Vatsal, so Vatsal, if you could please specifically put it in the chat box that what you are asking for. Course websites probably, sir. So edX and Coursera.
MHRD जो है वो गवर्नमेंट ऑफ इंडिया का जो प्रोजेक्ट है, ठीक है. इसमें NPTEL है ना, NPTEL इसको हम बोलते हैं स्वयं पोर्टल के भी नाम से आता है ये, nptel.ac.in, ठीक है. तो NPTEL आप सर्च करेंगे आपको मिल जाएगा. एंड इट इज लीस्ट फीस ओवर देयर. मिनिमम फीस इज आई थिंक 1000 rupees only for the entire course of 3 to 4 months. And if you are going for the certification, then the fees is 1000. Otherwise, it is totally free of cost. But knowing something and not having certification, it doesn't mean anything to it, right? So NPTEL is one platform, and edX is another platform, and the most of the courses from edX, they are from foreign universities. Oxford University hai, the Microsoft ke courses hain, but that cost around 7 to 15-20,000 rupees per course, and depending on the duration of course. Coursera भी एक प्लेटफॉर्म है, और इन सभी के वेबसाइट्स भी हैं और मतलब मोबाइल एप्लीकेशंस भी अवेलेबल हैं.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. So we'll be taking up all your questions, students, towards the end of the session when we will open it for you all. So till then, you please keep noting your questions. We'll definitely take them up with our esteemed panel members. So my next question would be to Roli ma'am. Ma'am, since we have been the students of economics and you being the teacher, we always talk about decision making, wherein we are trying to maximize the outputs and minimize the cost. So what factors one must keep in mind while we are deciding this trade-off between the job and higher education? Your opinions, ma'am.
Okay, so talking about the trade-off between job and higher education, so I think it might be a bias, but it is actually a reality that I would like to share, that higher education is always, it should always be the first choice, right? Because see, you might feel that after doing a BBA of 3 years, you might feel that studying in school for 14 years and then again graduation, now we want to work, right? You might have that urge to earn and do a lot of shopping and stuff, but in the long run, it is the higher education that pays, right? You might get a job after BBA, but if you do not study further, you would have to work harder. So the position you would reach after 10 years would be the same as the other person who has done his or her higher education. After 3 years, that person would be at that level. So you will, without the degree also, you will reach, but the time you'll be taking, that will be higher. So anyway, I mean, that would be a choice. Obviously, anybody would want to, opt. You would want to grow. You would want to succeed faster, and so that less time is being taken. But there is another thing to it, the economics concept which ma'am was talking about, that economics students is a subject we study because we are talking about decision making in the times of scarcity, right? Because the resources which we have are limited, right? All of us. So if we talk about in terms of our life, right? So all of us want to succeed, right? Maximizing our maximizing output is about economics. So that is analogous to success, right? But we have to minimize the cost at the same time, right? That is what economics talks about. So cost in this sense is the resources which we have, right? Resources can be our time, it can be the financial resources we have, right? So obviously higher education is definitely a better choice, right? But we have to see our constraints as well. We have to see our resources, our financial resources, whether we have the kind of time, right? So based on that, if we have good financial resources, if we have a strong background, then we should not think about earning too early, right? So to decide, there's a very common question which everybody asks, ki BBA ke baad pehle job kare ya pehle MBA kare, right? See, anyway, higher education you should definitely do, but whether you have to do it after your undergraduate course or after 2-3 years of your working, that should depend upon the kind of resources, the kind of support which you have. And there is nothing as right as wrong, right? So I would not say, if you ask me that whether I should go for a MBA directly after my BBA, is that wrong, is that right? There is nothing as wrong or right. It depends upon you, it depends upon your resources, right? Upon your equation, basically, that what are the factors which are there. So while taking this decision, you should definitely think about the kind of family you are from, right? whether you are or there is a hurry that you have to support your family, so you have to start earning, right? So then in that case, that would be a good decision for you, right? So looking at the resources, the financial resources, the time constraints, anything, right, you have to take a call. But any day I would say that choosing higher education is always it is always an advantage, right? So you should, if there is a choice, if everything is you have a situation where things are favorable, then you should definitely go for higher education. So I think that's it, Sharma.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you. So further, I would like to know from Seema ma'am. Seema ma'am and Shalini ma'am, I would, since you have worked in an industry for a sufficient number of years and have had a great tenure spent over there. So we often feel that once you have an experience, आपको लोगों से बात करना आ जाएगा, लोगों से tackle करना आ जाएगा. So you largely understand the workplace dynamics. So does it anyway help in acclimatization in the colleges in post-graduation also? Because many times in MBA, you will find students, who are your peers are people who have worked in corporates and they have some more experience. They're senior to you, age-wise, experience-wise. So does it, how does it help any which ways if it does? So your thoughts on this, ma'am?
Yes, Shalini ma'am, or should I go ahead?
Either of you, ma'am. We would like to hear you both because. So we can start with Shalini ma'am, if you would.
Okay, I think, working in the corporate would definitely give an edge wherever you are, whether you are doing a post-grad or whatever, it will definitely give you an edge if you have worked in a proper place and, if you have given the 100% to the organization where you have worked, and it is not that कि कोई certificate या work ex का दिखाने के लिए आपने काम करा है, but आपने सीखने के लिए वहाँ पर काम करा है. So definitely, it gives you an edge. And in many of the organizations, in many of the MBA institutes specifically, not the organization, but in many of the MBA institutes, they have this requirement. They give an edge to the students who have certain experience, right? So that's what I've said, that, you should look for the companies that will hire you and where you will get a chance to learn. But don't have a stopgap kind of arrangement. If you have planned to work, right, then work at least for 1 or 2 years experience. क्योंकि वो 3 महीने 4 महीने का experience will not count anywhere. ना तो वो इधर रहेगा ना उधर रहेगा, right? And also one more thing I want to point out, I don't know about others, but I personally, I have done straight away my MBA after doing my graduation, right? The family dynamics, the reasons could be different for different people, right? Don't go for the experience just for the sake of it, right? Like if I give you my example, I being the eldest of the siblings in my family, at that point in time, like I was talking about 18 years back, right? At that point, in fact, more than 18, 20, 22 years back, at that point in time, the pressure of a girl to get married was also there. I'm sure that the situation is not changed in many of the families today also. It is quite possible that, the family will say, कि ठीक है, graduation हो गया, नौकरी लग गई है, शादी कर दो. Right? Even if you plan to do your MBA after 2 years, कि आपने एक बार 2 साल का experience लेना, and then you plan to do your MBA, but you are not sure. If that is the case, don't wait for your workings. Plunge in the MBA. I'm telling you from the practical perspective, right? I'm sure, yes, in IIMs, in many of the top-end institutes, they do prefer the experienced candidates. But if you feel that you have a family condition like this, where you will be probably out of the education market, like Seema ma'am had said that she has done her PhD after having her child, I have done the same way, right? I'm telling you, it is not easy to complete your education once you have the family responsibilities. Whether it's a male or a female in today's time, because both are sharing the work and both are sharing all the responsibilities and all, but still it is difficult with the added responsibilities. Abhi to I'm sure कि सबको खाना पीना सब घर पे है तो सब मम्मा लाकर दे देती होगी. I am not sure how many of you would be cooking at home, How many of you would be first few months of the lockdown we all did cleaning and everything, but right now कितने लोग कर रहे हैं, और अगर help भी आ रही है तो कितने लोग help से deal कर रहे हैं? वो काम parents का ही होता है, right? Help से deal करना भी एक काम है. You will get to know one day, right?
This is the biggest management, ma'am.
Yes, so that is also required. So that's what I'm saying, that if you feel that, okay, if you give a break in your education, then it will hamper your educational prospects further. Don't give a break. Straight away, go for the MBA, right? But if you think that, no, if I'm getting a good opportunity, if I am going to learn something new in this organization, this is going to put weight on my CV and I'm going to work here for 1 or 2 years, not for 1 or 2 months, then definitely go for it. It all depends upon, case by case. What is your, background and what is your condition?
Yes,
Yeah.
ma'am. So
Over to you, Seema ma'am.
yes, ma'am.
I think I have lesser of a responsibility. You took it all. So I would combine whatever Roli ma'am said and what Dr. Shalini said. Both of them have covered, most of it. That students, it's all about definitely the situation, the scenario of our own houses. As we say, optimum utilization of the resources has to happen, whether it's in terms of time or the financial aspects. Definitely we have to at times, yes, compromise on those fronts. Nevertheless, not to get actually backed away from that I have a family issue and I have a financial background of not being able to immediately start with an MBA. It's perfectly fine, as I said in my previous answer. So it's all whatever you do give it in your best. Then definitely you're no less than somebody who's done it from IIMs or somebody who's doing it from a correspondence thing. But yes, WorkX is definitely counted in the market because you have the exposure of dealing, as we say, corporate ready. So they're already into the corporate. So it's like they know the swimming and we have to yet learn it. That's the difference, right? But the target is that we are wanting to swim, right? That is the main thing which we should look at. Definitely, if I have all the resources available, definitely go in for doing your MBA or your postgrad and whatever you want to do. But nevertheless, yes, take up the job, whatever you are getting at hand, and parallelly do a correspondence MBA or a distance learning, whatever you want to do. Even after 2 years of WorkX, like Shalini ma'am said, don't work for just two months and that's it. That's not enough. Work for 2-3 years, then take an executive MBA from IIMs. Again, the same thing. You reach that ladder. But yes, every organization has a different culture. So it is not organization specific, it's just the exposure part. Working in DME might give me a different experience and working in maybe some other Amity or somewhere else may give me some different experience. But it's always the corporate culture, the exposure that I'm industry ready. That is the only thing. But otherwise, it won't be company specific that we're getting that exposures. They are different for different companies. But yeah, getting ready for the outside exposures, as I said, industry ready hona or already industry mein hona. That's the only difference.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you. Thank you. So, Bhupendra sir, we would like to hear your thoughts that generally when, like, as you also said that in like a field in an for engineering or maybe software developers, education is, somewhat is thought to be playing a major role. Or agar hum sales ki baat kare, if we talk about the sales position, we may say that even a BBA graduate is qualified enough to do a sales job. So is it true? Can we correlate the education with unemployment? Is it true of every field or does it vary from course to course or the job role to job role?
मैम पूरी तरह सच तो कुछ भी नहीं. देखिए, I did my graduation in 2000, right? And after my graduation, I worked as a sales executive for around 3.5 months for Eureka Forbes. Aquaguard करके एक प्रोडक्ट आता था, आपको याद होगा उस टाइम पे शायद. तो सेल्स में तो जाना कोई इतना मुश्किल नहीं है. To enter into a sales this, right? Though I was a science graduate, even I think I was the only graduate at that time, if I'm not wrong. प्लीज इसको आप अदरवाइज मत सोचिए.
हाँ,
अब से 20 साल पहले की जो जो मतलब स्थिति थी ना, सेल्स में लोग नहीं मिलते थे ना, हालत वो थी उस टाइम पे। आज तो हमें ग्रेजुएट मिलते हैं, उस टाइम पे लोग नहीं मिलते थे सेल्स मार्केटिंग के, और डोर टू डोर मार्केटिंग होती थी। अब आप एक बात समझिए, है ना। तो फर्क क्या है कि अभी आईटी का सीन थोड़ा डिफरेंट है। जैसे वो जो है सुभाष चंद्र बोस का जो है वो था कि भाई आप मुझे खून दो, मैं आपको आजादी दूंगा। तो ये आईटी वाला जो कॉन्सेप्ट है ना, ये मेहनत मांगता है बहुत ज्यादा। आपने अगर 2 साल अपने आप को दे दिए ना, आई थिंक आप फिर पीछे मुड़ के नहीं देखने वाले हो कि आपको कहाँ जाना है। अब आप देखिए, अब आईटी का आप कमाल सुनिए। मैं तो आईटी से हूं, मैं तारीफ ही करूंगा, लेकिन वैसे मैं आपको रियलिटी बता रहा हूँ। डेटा साइंसेस, डेटा एनालिटिक्स इन एचआर एनालिटिक्स एक अलग पूरा समंदर है अपने आप, ठीक है। अच्छा, मार्केटिंग में आप देखिए, डिजिटल मार्केटिंग है ना, डेटाबेस मार्केटिंग, ऑनलाइन मार्केटिंग, ठीक है। जो मार्केटिंग के दिग्गज लोग बैठे हैं मेरे सामने, मैं ज्यादा नहीं बोल सकता, लेकिन मार्केटिंग एनालिटिक्स आई थिंक हाईएस्ट पेड जॉब। आईटी के अंदर भी बहुत सारे मतलब छोटे सेक्शंस है जिसमें समंदर है अपने आप में। अगर आपने 2 साल काम कर लिया उस फील्ड के अंदर, आप एनालिटिक्स के अंदर आपको कहाँ जाना है, डेटा ही है ना। चाहे वो एचआर का हो तो एचआर एनालिटिक्स हो गया, मार्केटिंग का हो तो मार्केटिंग एनालिटिक्स हो गया, आप मेरी बात समझ रहे हैं, फाइनेंस का हो तो फाइनेंस एनालिटिक्स हो गया। और इतनी डिमांड है कि आप बोलेंगे कि भाई आपको काम करना है और आपको पैसा चाहिए।
Yes, you can set your own terms.
Yes. और उस कंसल्टेंसी पर ये 5 साल का एक्सपीरियंस आपने कर लिया, अब आपको किसी के अंडर काम करने की जरूरत नहीं है। लोग आपके पीछे भागेंगे, सर हमारा ये काम कर दो, हमारा ये काम कर दो। अच्छे मार्केटर को किसी के लिए काम करने की जरूरत नहीं है। मार्केटर्स आई थिंक जो मार्केटिंग के लिए मतलब रिसर्च पीरियड्स करते हैं या मार्केटिंग का कोई अपना काम करते हैं, ठीक है, वो मैडम इतने प्रोजेक्ट्स जो है वो करते हैं, रिपोर्ट्स बनाते हैं और हाईली पेड रेस्पेक्टेबल जॉब। लेकिन वो अभी जो है ना आईटी में सीन दूसरा है। यू हैव टू बी द मास्टर ऑफ योर डोमेन फर्स्ट, और आपको अपग्रेड करते रहना है। मैं आपको एक छोटा सा एग्जांपल और देता हूँ। आई एम अराउंड 43 ऑफ माय एक्चुअल एज, ठीक है। मेरा अभी पीएचडी लास्ट ईयर सबमिट होने वाला था। पर्सनल नहीं है, मैं आपको बता रहा हूँ, ठीक है। मेरा पीएचडी जो है अभी मतलब कोविड का सीन नहीं होता तो शायद अब तक जो है आगे डॉक्टर भी लिख जाता, कोई बात नहीं। माय गाइड हैड डिड द पीएचडी इन 2011 फ्रॉम इलाहाबाद यूनिवर्सिटी, एंड उन्होंने जिस टूल पे काम किया था वो मैटलैब करके एक टूल आता है, आप नाम सुना होगा मैटलैब। तो मैंने उनको बोला सर मेरे को मैटलैब पे नहीं करना। कह रहा भाई मेरे को और कुछ नहीं आता। मैं कहा मेरे को पाइथन करा दो। क्यों? क्योंकि अगर मुझे सिर्फ आज का सोचना है तो मैंने मैटलैब करके आज डिग्री तो हासिल कर ली, लेकिन मेरा आगे फ्यूचर जो चौपट है स्ट्रेट लाइन है। ईसीजी में स्ट्रेट लाइन मतलब जानते क्या होता है? डेड। जब डेड हो जाता है जो है इंसान तो वो लाइन जो है वो स्ट्रेट हो जाती है। तो मैं कहा अगर मैंने 1 साल पहले पीएचडी कर लिया और आप मुझे करा नहीं सकते, देन आई कन्वेड हिम सर प्लीज लेट इट बी थ्रू दिस पाइथन। पाइथन में भी जो पूरा एप्लीकेशन है ना, 45 इयर्स का डेटा मुझे कंपाइल करके मतलब एक आर्टिफिशियल मतलब न्यूरल नेटवर्क पे सिमुलेट करना है। दैट इज टोटली अ एडवांस एप्लीकेशन ऑफ पाइथन। इट इज नॉट बेसिक पाइथन। पाइथन बेसिक नहीं करना, एप्लीकेशन करना है। बट यू वोंट बिलीव मैंने 2 सर्टिफिकेशन कोर्स करे हैं पाइथन के बेसिक में अलग अलग इंस्टीट्यूशन से, एंड वन आई एम डूइंग ऑन एडवांस मतलब पाइथन दैट इज एप्लीकेशन फॉर यूडेमी, है ना, जो मैंने 4th ऑप्शन डाला है उसमें। और बहुत महंगा नहीं है लेकिन मेहनत बहुत चाहिए। एंड आई एम श्योर आफ्टर डूइंग माय पीएचडी वर्क, द रिसर्च वर्क ऑन दिस पाइथन एडवांस टूल, फ्यूचर प्रोस्पेक्ट्स बी बेटर होंगे।
Thank you.
वैल्यू जो है वो वैल्यू ऐड होती है अगर आप कोई भी चीज अपने में आप, लेकिन मेहनत चाहिए उसकी। आफ्टर जो डिवोटिंग 7-8 आवर्स इनटू कॉलेज, और घर पे हैं अभी तो आप खुद बच्चे हैं, मेरे तो आपके ऐसे बच्चे हैं घर पे, तो उनको टाइम देना पड़ता है ना, फैमिली को टाइम देना पड़ता है। उसके बाद अपने जो है मतलब सस्टेनेबिलिटी के लिए एक तरीके से उसके लिए टाइम निकालना पड़ता है ना। लास्ट ईयर मैंने भी मैडम को बताया था, आप लोगों को शायद पता होगा कि आई डिड माय एमबीए इन इंटरनेशनल बिजनेस एंड मार्केटिंग। पूरा एमसी मैंने हेल्प लिया, मैडम थोड़ा हेल्प करिए, शी इज द मास्टर ऑफ आईपी, राइट। आई डिवोटेड 8 आवर्स इन द नाइट फॉर 2 months विदाउट एनी ब्रेक। संडे सैटरडे मंडे सब ऑल इक्वल है। सो टाइम तो चाहिए, देयर इज नो शॉर्टकट फॉर एनी सॉर्ट ऑफ दिस थिंग, है ना। शॉर्ट टर्म में आप कोई चीज पा सकते हो, कोई अच्छा लगेगा आपको तो शॉर्ट टर्म के लिए, लॉन्ग टर्म के लिए देयर इज नो शॉर्टकट, आपको डिवोट करना पड़ेगा। और कोई भी यूनिवर्सिटी चाहे कोई भी हो, कोई वो कोर्स ऑफर नहीं करता जो 100% सिंक्रोनाइज करता हो इंडस्ट्री के साथ। अभी इंडस्ट्री 4.0 के स्टैंडर्ड्स हैं, दे आर टोटली डिफरेंट, है ना। आई एम टेलिंग यू, आई कैन टेक दिस गारंटी, टेक माय वर्ड्स, नो यूनिवर्सिटी, इवन अ फॉरेन यूनिवर्सिटी may have that sort of platform कि वो इंडस्ट्री 4.0 के साथ में पूरा उनका सिलेबस। नो, this thing you need to identify and work on individual basis.
It takes efforts to bring things in conjunction. Industry and academia always go in tandem with this regards. So to take up this discussion further, I would request Roli ma'am to reflect on this, since ma'am you are a part of the ECEL as well, that apart from job and higher education, these are the 2 points where we always face this dilemma. But then there is this third dimension which also, yeah, hello.
Ma'am, actually, I could not say, I think there was some network issue. I could not hear you.
Your voice just
went off.
Yes, ma'am. I'll put myself again. Am I audible now?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. So apart from job and higher education, ma'am, there's this third element, which is doing your own business. So a lot of our students, they either want to get their own startup, or they have some established business, which so this third angle, this third option, how to tackle with this one. So whether they should do their businesses, they should join it right now, right away, or they should do their education first and then come into the business, or what would be the right time to start with their startups if they at all want to enter into that.
See, I think to the third angle, I would say that, now again, this is also subjective, right? So it depends, right? So, a lot of times, we think that people want to get into family business, and, we are very skeptical about it, that, acha, ye papa ka business karega. He is not doing anything. Why isn't he doing a job? Why isn't, why isn't he trying to, self-sustain or doing something? Why isn't he building an identity of his own, right? But, there is an alternative view to it. I think that is my opinion, right? So if your parents have a very established business, right, and you think that you can add something to it, right? So there is nothing bad in joining your parents' business, right? It would actually be stupid if your father has a very established business and you are not taking the legacy forward, and you are running after a job, right? So that is I think my colleagues can differ on it, on this point, they can say, but I believe in this, that in case I'm sure many of our students have parents who have a very established business, but the children, they are not interested. They feel that what will we add, right? So the idea is to figure out what can you add and how can you sustain your parents' business, rather than starting from the scratch. See, your parents have worked very hard, right? Probably 20-25 years they have taken to establish the business, and probably they are at a very good position, right? They might not be very well qualified also, right? But what they have is experience, right? And if you can get education in that field, if you can add education to it, to that business, if you can add anything extra to it, then I think you can do wonders, right? So I had a friend, his father was into jewelry. So they had a jewelry shop, and this friend of mine, what he was doing. So he basically did courses in, designing of diamond jewelry, right? So any other person would say that, being a guy, there's a lot of stereotyping that is there, that he is doing a jewelry designing course, right? Why isn't he opting for something new? Why isn't he taking up a job, right? But he added to his father's experience, right? He added the element which was missing, the missing link which was there. So he added technical expertise to it. He learned about, he did a lot of study, did the course from the best institutes, and he tried to learn about the diamond business, right? So that he could add to his father's business. So I think this point I would like to put forth, that if you should not feel hesitant in joining your parents' business. You should feel proud, but at the same time, you should add something to it and help it grow further. So doing a business, again, it is not that jobs are always better. We cannot say jobs are better or business is better, right? What works for you is best for you. So I think that's my submission, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you. So
Anu ma'am, with your permission, I would like to add on to what Roly
definitely,
ma'am
ma'am.
had said.
Definitely, please.
She had pointed out very well that doing business is good and you need to take your parents' legacy forward. But I have met another set of students in my 11, 12 years of academia where the students think, and it is from the different perspective, कि मुझे तो पापा जी का business ही करना है, तो वो पढ़ाई लिखाई में निकम्मे हो जाते हैं, right? I have seen those set of students also. So please don't do that. What Roly ma'am had put it very, very positively, in a very positive light, that if you are going to join your family business, then you must make it a point to take it forward, right? Not thinking that I will compromise on my academia. और अब तो मैम ने भी कह दिया है, पापा का बिजनेस करना है तो ठीक है, अब तो मैं असाइनमेंट्स नहीं दूंगा, काम नहीं करूंगा, क्योंकि अब तो पापा का बिजनेस ही करना है. Don't do that, right? पूरी बात याद रखना मैम की कि positively आगे कुछ और contribute करना है उसमें, right? Because one thing which I have seen, and which many of the students also have shared with me, that you sitting on a chair which your father is sitting on, it's a very, very big privilege, right? So you cannot demand the respect from the people who are working in your father's organization. You cannot demand the respect from them. You need to earn the respect from them, right? Please remember that. You cannot say कि आज मैं यहाँ पापा की कुर्सी पे बैठ गया हूँ and all the people should start respecting me. You can never ever do that, right? So please focus on your studies, even if you are going to join your family business. Thank you so much, ma'am.
Absolutely, Shalini ma'am. I'm thankful to you for making that clarification. So
Yes.
I will focus upon it. So you can use a knife either way, right? You can use it for
Absolutely.
multiple purposes. So the point is, do not think इसका मतलब ये बिल्कुल नहीं है कि फादर का बिजनेस ज्वाइन करना है. I have said that you have to add something to it, and if that means कि उसके बाद आपको उसके लिए जॉब भी करनी पड़े सेम फील्ड में, you have to work outside, because sometimes when you work outside you learn more and you can apply more, right? So इसका मतलब फादर्स बिजनेस का मतलब ये नहीं है कि मेहनत नहीं करना है, कुछ नहीं करना है. इसका मतलब ये बिल्कुल नहीं है, right? You have to take it. You have to take it forward. You have to take the legacy forward, and not not the other way around.
Yes,
And
because
if you work
naturally
hard-
वो करना भी पड़ेगा, because
Exactly.
scenarios have changed. जिस setup में आपके parents ने business start किया होगा, the scenarios
Exactly.
have completely changed right now as well, and this is for you to be the torch bearers to that.
Absolutely. So you have to find the missing link which is there. You don't have to be complacent. You don't have to leave your studies. You have to find how you can add to it and how you can take it forward. So, please do not, please listen to the entire whatever I've said carefully, and do not just draw inferences from a few lines. Don't do that, because that can be really dangerous.
Shanu ma'am, I want to add something here.
Yes, ma'am, please.
It's becoming really interesting. Roly ma'am, don't take that pressure. It's okay. I would like just to slightly add on to it when we are talking about traditional businesses, and these students can more or less focus on the modern businesses also, right? That is what I keep telling my students. It's about entrepreneurship, wherein I think they have the subject also. But if you talk about modern businesses, they're not very, cost intensive in the market. If you talk about Oyo Homes, if you talk about Swiggy, Zomato, all of these, wherein cost intensive things are not there. Otherwise, Ritesh Agarwal of Oyo Homes at 21 would not be never millionaire. It was not out of legacy. It was just out of those sharp skills and those, entrepreneur mindset which he had. So they can focus more on that. And of course, if they're joining even that family business, which is on a traditional point, they can take it to the other, level. Maybe take it globally, or maybe take it to the e-commerce front. because that is the future ahead. When we are seeing Mark Zuckerberg making a point wherein he doesn't have any product or a service, which generally we call as a business. But then with social media coming into picture and he connecting the whole world for all of us, it became the biggest product ever. So that is what they can keep in mind and take it further. Even if they have to do businesses, they are having that, maybe that mindset, or maybe that, it gives them excitement. They can work on this entrepreneurship front to do with the modern businesses, wherein again, costing would not be a constraint. And recently I happened to come across this Institute of Industrial Development. So what they do, so they help students to have a pathway in entrepreneurship. They mentor, guide, and do that hand holding, get to know how to arrange the funds from banks and all. They work under this mode with the government, Ministry of MSME. So they can take it further with them. And I was just having a word with them wherein I got to know that they are working brilliantly on the agricultural front also. When Roli ma'am talked about diamond things, so agriculture, which is that is the asset of a country. जहाँ की ओर के हम सोचते हैं we are modern, we are in the urban areas, तो हमें वहाँ की ओर सोचने की जरूरत नहीं है. But trust me, if we implement the new ideas, the latest modern technologies in the agricultural front, it will give us the diamonds. That's what I got to know recently. Yes, they can explore all of these.
Yes, a lot of graduates are now entering, people after their MBAs going into organic farming and things like that. So this is naturally going to be am I audible, everybody? Or is that? Okay. I thought my screen froze. So Mansi ma'am, if you would, if you're in a comfortable backdrop, ma'am, if we would like to hear from you about the finance aspect of it, that what are the career options after BBA are there in finance?
Am I audible, ma'am?
Yes, ma'am, you're audible, and please, if you're all comfortable, then we would like to hear you other.
Yes, ma'am.
That's absolutely Mansi ma'am. It's not a fortunate day for us to hear you, Mansi ma'am. That's so we'll carry forward further this discussion. I would request to Professor Dr. Purva Ranjan ma'am, if you would have some question or some inputs for the audiences and for our panel members, we would like to hear from you.
Though I requested that I won't be in the panel because it's a refreshing change to hear my colleagues and understand their life journey, what led them, what road led them to be a faculty member. And everybody has traversed a different road, I believe. And everybody, when they were 18, 19 years old, they had different aspirations for their life. And now yet all of us are into academics. So I had a different road to take. I was very clear that I belong to a family of teachers. So आज के डेट में इसको nepotism बोलते हैं, हमारे यहाँ पे इसको professional guidance बोलते थे कि if I have to be a teacher and my father is a teacher, my nani, nana, dadi, baba, bua, everybody is teacher. So मुझे बाहर से ज़्यादा अच्छी guidance घर से मिलेगी. So हमारे टाइम में इसको nepotism नहीं बोलते थे. They were very clear that if you also want to be a teacher in this generation, be very clear that in another 5 years there is a thing that is going to be called as NET, जो हमारे टाइम में नहीं था, and this NET will come and it will sit on your head, and if you can't clear it, you can't do PhD. So do PhD before something like NET comes. So they were very clear. So at a very, very early age, I joined PhD, and my mother did PhD when she started PhD when I was 1 year old, and she did in chemistry. And so going to lab, and those days there was nothing as online classes or anything. You have to go to lab, you have to work with a 1 year old kid, no daycare, no maid kind of thing, and no in-laws support much. So she was, the minute she got to know that I want to be into teaching, she said, do PhD before you are even married, forget children. So because you don't know which city you will go, you don't know what is going to be your new family culture and how much support you'll get. So if you have decided to do teaching before getting married, settled, as parents, we want that you clear the basic part of teaching. Whether you work or not, that is up to you. So I was made very clear by my family, everyone, maternal, paternal side, that look, there is a higher education involved. You need to give 7-8 years. If you want, you will get a job. I did get a job as MBA of 13,000 rupees in hand. I was very happy because as a youngster that time, I had 13,000 in hand, which I had to splurge on myself. But my father said, see, after a few years, even if I am in the interview committee, I will reject your application because you will not be NET, you will not be PhD enrolled. And whether it is, I can't even recommend my own daughter for the job because you will not be eligible for it. So do it. The same is applicable to the students. There are certain companies who come with very good jobs and they say only MBA. We need MBA. We don't need BBA. So in those cases, even though we have job opportunities, we can't recommend our own students because they are not postgraduates. In my case, it was being NET and PhD. So the minute I cleared my education hurdles at a very, very early age, like my PhD was awarded not even when my daughter was born. So I skipped a lot of struggles and challenges which my fellow colleagues keep talking about, which my mother used to talk about. So I think having an education, higher education at an early age helps you overcome certain difficulties which you will face because you have to have a family, you have to take care of other responsibilities. So yes, big yes, huge yes to do your higher education, the sooner the better. Because right now your parents are young, they are earning, they are not retired, they are not dependent on you. Thankfully, with some awareness, there is less pressure of marriage and they are willing to financially support you to do at least your MBA. So please do it. Do it because we have seen, all of us have seen more world than you have seen. And if you really want to rise in the ladder, जिनको हम बोलते हैं young CEOs, young achievers, वो दो ही तरीके से बनते हैं. या तो उन्होंने पढ़ाई बहुत जल्दी करी है या तो उन्होंने खुद की कंपनी खोली है. तीसरा रास्ता कोई नहीं है young achiever बनने का. Otherwise, you are in that career ladder and you have to cross that span of, you can't be a NSM if you have not been TSM or RSM or ZSM. वहां तक कूद के नहीं जाओगे. So clear your education hurdles as soon as you can do. If you have genuine financial constraints, बहुत दिक्कत है घर में, आपको फैमिली को सपोर्ट करना है, छोटे भाई बहन को सपोर्ट करना है, तो बिल्कुल जॉब करिए, पेरेंट्स को सपोर्ट करिए, वो रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी बिल्कुल आपकी बनती है. बीइंग द एल्डेस्ट, इवन बीइंग द यंगेस्ट, आपको सपोर्ट करना है. आपको लगता है कि अगले 5 साल भी आपको जॉब करना पड़ेगा, तो साथ साथ डिस्टेंस लर्निंग से MBA कर लो, पर कर लो. एक पॉइंट लाइफ में ऐसा आएगा, दैट कम्स इन टीचिंग करियर, दैट कम्स इन एवरी करियर, बी HR or finance or your junior who has education, who has some experience will probably be your reporting person, and crossing that ladder is actually difficult. I have seen that. When I was in my first job as MBA international business, a lot of senior people who were earlier doing their job unsupervised suddenly had an MBA sitting on them because international business was in, and the export house started recruiting MBA IB from the colleges, and there was a lot of chaos. There was a lot of cultural conflict that we had to face. That also made me realize that if I want to get into something which requires education, I better do it. Like one of the esteemed panel members said, that if you are in a chair, you are respected only because either you have experience or you have qualification, not because of your legacy, not because of that you have. See, nobody, when it comes to Rahul Gandhi, I mean, the kind of respect their grandparents got, it's very difficult. Same is with everyone. All the young people who are getting into the assert that they belong to the family, that's why they're here. They are to take it forward, not to close the family business. And the colleagues who've been reporting to your father or mother will report to you only when they see that you rightfully deserve that place. That is probably because you have done a degree outside India, or you've done something worthwhile that they are finding it respectable to follow. Otherwise, they will not follow your dictation, whatever you say. So please, it's an earnest request that don't think job is fun. Job is very difficult. Don't take it as fun. Even if it's a job of 8,000, it's a job your maid is doing at your house. It's not fun. To go out of your house and to work for somebody and to justify every day what you are doing and you're earning, it's no fun at all. If you think anybody, कि देखते हैं इंटरव्यू में सिलेक्ट होते हैं कि नहीं, देखते हैं 3 महीने करके देखते हैं कैसा चल रहा है, मजा आएगा तो करेंगे. जॉब हम में से कोई भी मजे के लिए नहीं कर रहा. It's a serious work. Please do it when your seriousness matches with the seriousness of the job, because then you will bring dissatisfaction to yourself, to the company, to the person who would have taken the job and supported the family. So be very clear that and do a job. Do it if you want to have experience, minimum 2 years. Otherwise, it is not even worthwhile to put on CV. So a lot of self-introspection goes into, do your yes or no kind of analysis, the best one. Can my parents support higher education? Yes, I should do it. Straight away, I should do it. Do my parents need financial support? I want to do higher education, so I can delay it for some time. Let me help and earn. And probably after 2-3 years, I will be able to support my MBA, then I will do MBA. So do that yes or no kind of decision tree, basic tool. Am I fit to clear CAT entrance and get first 20 colleges? Yes, I am capable, I can clear. बिल्कुल झूठा आश्वासन नहीं दे कि 1-2 साल ड्रॉप करेंगे, कर लेंगे, ऐसा कुछ नहीं होता है. You know right now, क्या मैं इतना इंटेलेक्ट रखता हूँ कि मैं CAT क्रैक करके पहले 20 कॉलेज में आऊंगा? अगर हाँ, जॉब करो, और अगर नहीं, शांति से आगे MBA पढ़ाई करो. बी वेरी क्लियर, डोंट बी कंफ्यूज. ये ऋतिक रोशन की मूवी नहीं है कि ग्रेजुएशन तक आप सोच रहे हैं कि अगर मैं ऐसा क्यों हूं, मैं वैसा क्यों हूं. भाई, लाइफ इज नॉट एनी सिटकॉम. इट्स अ सीरियस वर्क. वहां पे प्रीति जिंटा ने उसको हेल्प कर दिया, यहाँ पे हम आपको हेल्प कर रहे हैं. आफ्टर अ पॉइंट ऑफ टाइम, नोबडी विल कम एंड टेल यू कि ये नहीं किया तो ये होगा, ये प्रोज एंड कॉन्स हैं. After a while, you are in an uncharted destination. Don't go into it. We are telling you right away. If your all conditions fulfilled, you are fit for job, do job. All conditions fulfilled, you should get higher education, do that first. Even the current batch topper, Avleen, was very clear that she has to study. And she went for higher education. She didn't try कि मैं job करके देखती हूँ. She knew she wants a different kind of job, senior level job, higher salary. She went for higher education. So यही मुझे कहना है, clarity रखो. And you have listened to all of us. Everyone has their own truth to share. Everyone has shared candidly. You need to find your own truth from all the, the package of what we have offered you. You have to define your own truth, what fits for you the best. And it might sound traditional, it might sound old-fashioned. I will and I always recommend higher education first, unless you have some major commitments at family, or you really strongly aspire for IIMs. Nothing surpasses higher education. Degrees like MBBS, you need to have MSMD. Without that, you are lost. Degrees like BBA, you need to have MBA, PhDM, otherwise you're lost. If you're doing BTech, if you're doing LLB, if you're doing BArch, if you're doing B Pharma, you are straight ahead towards your own practice. You don't need PG. BBA, MBA is a twin degree. Agar आपको कुछ करना है, you need both of them together. I would not go to a doctor who is MBBS and doing practice for many years. I will not risk that.
Naturally.
Similarly, if I have a major budget and major responsibility to give, I will not give it to a BBA fresher. I'll give it to a MBA person. Similarly, when the companies say कि मुझे IIM का लड़का चाहिए, IIM का बच्चा चाहिए, तो they understand कि ये बहुत difficult task है, मैं किसी को दे नहीं सकता हूँ. They are not being prejudiced, they are being honest. If somebody comes and says कि मुझे throughout 60% चाहिए, they want a certain intellect. देखो job तो अनपढ़ को भी मिलेगा. ऐसा नहीं है कि तुम BBA के BCom को भी मिलेगा, 10th को भी मिलेगा, 12th को भी मिलेगा, सबके लिए जॉब है. लेकिन फिर समझ लो कि कैसा जॉब मिलेगा. That's all. I think I've taken a lot of your time. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you. That was insightful indeed. So we would we will close this particular discussion, which one we have curated. We'll just take one or two questions from the students if we have. So I already have one for Bhupender sir. So student wants to know that which one they should opt for, Java or Python, when it comes to data sciences for the long run.
Python is the best option.
So
ऐसा नहीं है मैं पाइथन कर रहा हूँ, मैं आपको बता दूं जावा मैंने अपने टाइम में पढ़ी है और 7-8 years आई हैव टॉट जावा. एडवांस जावा मैंने 7 साल 8 साल पढ़ाया है एमसी के स्टूडेंट्स को. बट जितने ऑप्शंस पाइथन में है, राइट, एंड द कोडिंग स्किल्स and the coding options and the other alternative ways to do it, see, we need quick and fast results, right? Even R is not so simple, it is very complicated. R is based on Java, right? जिनको कुछ पता है, जो लोग कर रहे होंगे इसमें, and you cannot do R without Java. You need to have even the basic understanding of Java to have R as a data analytical tool, right? IDE कोई सी हो चाहे वो, है ना, एनाकोंडा पे काम कर रहे हो आप, चाहे मतलब गूगल उस पे काम कर रहे हो, कोलैब पे काम कर रहे हो, किस पे भी काम कर रहे हो आप, आईडी जो मर्जी होनी चाहिए, राइट? बट आर के लिए आपको जावा आना चाहिए ना, पाइथन के लिए आपको कुछ नहीं आना चाहिए. ठीक है. जो स्टूडेंट्स अभी सेकेंड ईयर में हैं, आपको याद होगा मैंने आपको W3 स्कूल्स पे जो है HTML की कोडिंग कराई थी. ठीक है, जो अभी हमारे बैच सेकेंड ईयर का बैच है. और जो बच्चे फाइनल ईयर के हैं जिनको मैंने ISM में लैब कराया था, उनको भी याद होगा, उन्होंने दोनों किया है. उन्होंने HTML का भी किया है, उन्होंने जो है क्या बोलते हैं SQL का भी मैंने उनको प्लेटफॉर्म यूज कर रहे हैं. ठीक है, यूज दैट सेम प्लेटफॉर्म w3schools.com, learn Python from there. I can give a guarantee to you, it won't take more than 1 month if you devote 1 hour daily. You will be a good hands-on Python. ओके, देन उसके बाद में जो है फिर वो एडवांस एनालिटिक्स टूल्स और डेटा एनालिसिस के टूल्स वगैरह या डेटा साइंस के टूल्स वगैरह जो रहेंगे, वो पाइथन का एडवांस पार्ट है ना. डेटा एनालिटिक्स यूजिंग पाइथन, आई थिंक दैट इज द बेस्ट ऑप्शन फॉर एटलीस्ट आई एम टेलिंग यू फॉर अनदर, है ना, कमिंग 10 years. देयर इज नो रिप्लेसमेंट ऑफ दिस पाइथन.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. So if there are any other questions, students, we have provided you this platter. Now you may think, reflect, and due to the paucity of time, we will not be able to take up all of them right now. So we have served you this discussion. This was indeed a very insightful one. You've learned from our experiences. You've learned from the experiences of the more learned faculty members here. So think and reflect, and questions, if any, we are all here to always listen to you and to guide you and mentor you in the best possible way we can. So as they say, all good things do come to an end. So is this discussion. I would like to thank all the esteemed panel members, Dr. Seema ma'am, Dr. Shalini Gautam ma'am, Roli Wadhwa ma'am, Bhupender sir, and Mansi ma'am for sparing their valuable time and joining us on this platform, for giving and sharing their lived experiences with us. Also, I would like to thank Professor Dr. Purva Ranjan ma'am for facilitating this and addressing the audience with her words of wisdom. Also to my dear students for being a lovely audience. We hope to make this small difference to you and be there with you in whatever best way we can. So thank you everyone for joining in. The attendance and the feedback form is there in the chat box. You're all requested to fill in. Also, I would take this opportunity to thank the DMS placement cell, Dr. Pooja Sharma ma'am, who has not joined us for the preparations for tomorrow. So thanks to her also for her steady cooperation and guidance throughout. Thank you everyone.
Thank you, Shanu ma'am, for all your efforts.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, everybody. Bye-bye.
Please fill in the chat box. Please fill in the link in the shared in the chat box. Please copy it with you, and then we'll close the session shortly. Thank you, everyone. Wish you all a very good day.